Hi, welcome to You, Me and Mediumship. I'm Kevin Cornwell. Tonight's video is based on the meaning of life from a medium's point of view, I guess. And we all, I guess we all question, why am I here? What's this all about? Probably more than once, I guess. Yes, we all think about that. So tonight I'm just going to briefly explain from my point of view what I take as the meaning of life, or what I believe is the meaning of life. We are vessels, okay? We contain source, we can contain spirit, we contain this love and light that we were born with, that has always existed throughout time and has always existed within everything. We are the vessel that expresses that. So you might not believe it, especially with things that are going on in the world today. It's a bit difficult sometimes to think or to see how something so wonderful can be expressing itself in such a negative way. Now, there's an answer to that really, and basically what that answer is that we are all living a material and emotional life. We are living through the minds, our own minds rather than the souls. And the mind's purpose is to survive, is to eat, is to have shelter, defend itself basically, so that we can carry on existing. That's the mind's purpose. Okay, the soul's purpose is an expression of love and of light, and is to feed that source that has always been. So, like any living thing, it needs to evolve, it needs to move on, it needs to be able to express itself in time in better ways. And as a soul, as a spirit grows, it then feeds the very source that is within us all. And as we grow spiritually, so does the consciousness that exists everywhere. Without this consciousness, without this energy, then there would be no purpose. The purpose of life, the meaning of life, in a way, I guess, is kind of, if you look at it, is kind of selfish in a sense, because it needs to grow. Spirit, energy, consciousness needs to grow. It needs to expand. And by doing so, it makes the world a better place. The more aware we are of this energy, of spirit, of soul, of love and light, the more aware of it we are, the better the world becomes. As we live our lives materially, that's how it's become now. As we live our lives through greed, through need, then the negative side of this world will show its ugly face, and is doing. So, how do we stop that? How do we stop living this plastic material life that we're all living? And it's simple. We need to get back in touch with that energy, that consciousness, that source that is within us. We are all individuals of that energy. We just need to go back to our roots, if you like. How do we do that? I've explained before, not only to enhance mediumship, is it to enhance self, is that sitting in silence, going within and learning about self. Once you understand or make contact with that love and light of self within, you will then be able to express it more easily. You cannot express something you have no idea where it is, what it is. How can you express that? You can't unless you get in touch with it. So we need to be able to express love and light in a positive way to be able to change the world in which we live. It doesn't matter what the colour of your skin is. It doesn't matter what country you come from. We are all the same. Our energies, our love, our light, our consciousness, the spirit within us all is all the same. Doesn't matter what religion you believe in, what religious beliefs have been drummed inside of you since the day you were born. That is totally irrelevant. What is relevant is that one power source, the energy that sits in everything you see. Now, I go on an awful lot, I know, about sitting in silence and finding self. But until you do that, until you contact that very being within you, the energy that was within you from the day you were born and before then, once you contact that, once you join hands with that spiritual energy, that love and that light within you, and it's there, okay, it's just a matter of shaking off that plastic coating, if you like, and forgetting everything you've ever been taught, including everything you've ever been taught about God, about the meaning of life. If you just shed it, get rid of it, and start again and learn from yourself, learn from deep within you. You know what's right. We all have that sensation of what's right and wrong. We all have that gut feeling. We need to start to listen to that, because that is who we are. Not what job we do, not what house we live in, not what car we drive. That's not who we are. This body is not who we are. Who we are is deeper than that. It's within us all. So how do we grasp what the meaning of life is? Well, if you imagine, we need, like I said, the source, the conscious energy that exists within this world and beyond that. And what we need to do is to help that love and that light to expand. And we can do that by expressing it through ourselves. So first of all, we need to find it. Secondly, we need to grasp it. And thirdly, we need to be able to express it. By expressing it, we feed outwardly the consciousness that surrounds us. We feed it, and it grows and becomes more positive, becomes more beautiful in this life. We will see an awful lot of changes in this world if we could all do that. That's not going to happen in my lifetime. Not that there's much longer left, but who knows. It's not going to happen in anyone's lifetime who's watching this video. But we need to start the ball rolling. A bit like a snowflake falling on top of a mountain. You get 2 snowflakes, 3 snowflakes, before you know it, you've got a snowball, and that snowball starts to roll down that mountainside and build in stature, builds in speed. So maybe we're just like those small snowflakes, and we are slowly starting to join hands. You know, there are signs in this world that things are slowly changing, very slowly changing, but they are changing. But we need to start joining hands and start rolling down that mountain, if you like. So that is our purpose. We all have a purpose. Our purpose is to express the love of Source. If we can do that in everything we see, and this includes any living thing. If you take, for example, a pet dog, okay? Dogs have not always been pets. They have not always been loyal to the human being. They were wolves. They evolved from wolves. They were wild animals. You know, were quite happy to attack you. It's through our love and our kindness and our caring for these animals, these dogs, that they have learned to trust us. And through loving them, and it's very important that through loving all living things, we help them to evolve. So the energy within that animal will spiritually evolve. It will become more caring. It will become more loving. Look how faithful a dog is to the human being. It's only us, through ill-treating an animal, through mistraining an animal, if you like, that a dog will attack us. It will sit and love you forever if you can simply do that for it. So there's no such thing as order in life. We are not top of anything. We are just more conscious, that's all. We have a slightly higher level of consciousness, that's all. Okay, we are not more worthy of this life or existence. Certainly not. Okay, dogs will stay loyal to us. They will love us because they understand the purpose of life. Yes, they need to eat because that's the material side of that being. That's the flesh side of that being. And we are exactly the same. We are contained within a vessel that needs to survive. The mind is a very complex thing, but in some senses it's very basic. All it needs to do is to eat, it needs to sleep, it needs to reproduce, if you like, pardon the expression. I think I'll put it quite mildly. But all it is a computer that is designed to survive. We can't live our lives by the mind. It will defend itself, it will cause wars, it will cause greed, it will cause materialism. That's the way it is designed. So what we need to do is start listening to the heart, to the soul, to the spirit, to the source that is within us all. And it doesn't matter how bad you may think a person is. It does not mean that soul does not exist, that spirit does not exist, that love does not exist. It does exist. It's only that mind within that body, within that vessel, is controlling that human being, if you like. And maybe because through experience of its life, its only understanding of survival is to act in a certain way. And that way is certainly not always agreeable to us, obviously not. So we cannot blame the human being, we can just blame its mind, if you like, but its heart and soul is a completely different side. There is a completely different side to that person who we all believe to be bad. And it takes a lot of skill and a lot of patience to be able to try and touch the heart and the soul of what we class as a bad person. If we can just touch that part of them, we then can change their lives. But what's important is that sometimes there are experiences that a soul and energy needs to go through in order for it to evolve. So we have to be very careful that we don't interfere with the path, with the journey of other human beings. And that really, I guess, relates to things like their belief systems. We need to learn to accept each other's understanding of finding our way to the source, if you like. We must not control that. And that is done, religion in a way kind of controls our thought and our pathways into finding the true self, the love of source. Thou shalt is not a good thing. We can find the answers to everything, and our route to the source, to that love and to that light, to that God, if you like, whatever your label for that is. We can find that ourselves. We do not need a book to tell us which way to go to find it. You can find it yourself quite easily, and it can be found in gut feeling. We all know when we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing, because we get that feeling, we know it's wrong. There's your answer, really. So that guidance is within you, it always has been. So follow it. Okay, so the meaning of life is to help everything grow in a positive and loving way. And we're all capable of that. We have the ingredients, if you like, we have the instructions within us all to be able to do that. To spend time, sit in that silence and find it. It's there, believe me. Anyway, like the video, please subscribe. Go on Facebook and find You, Me and Mediumship and have a read through there and watch some of the other videos. I'll do some more and try and elaborate on some of what I've said tonight in the future. So thanks for listening. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for now. Bye.